I felt God say to me, just shake it off. Just shake it off. And that's a Bible story. I won't go into big details, but basically Paul, the apostle, on the island of Malta, shipwrecked, had a snake bite him. And all the natives were waiting for him to die. But all he did was shake he shook it off into the fire and did not come to any harm. I am Bryan Thompson, and I'm from Ireland, and my wife is?
Amarilis de la Paz Melo de Thompson. If you can repeat that, that would be wonderful. And I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic.
I didn't have any fear. I was actually very peaceful when they told me that I had this melanoma. I wasn't your classic cancer patient who went, oh no, it's the end of the world. They told me I could die, and if I didn't deal with it, I would. But on the other side, I was peaceful. And then when this came out, just shake it off, I went, okay. So the next morning after that oncologist had met with me and said what he said, I woke up and I was just in much disquiet, a real lack of peace in my heart. Something's wrong here. Why is this going on? So as I felt that lack of peace, I went, okay, God, what do you want to say? And it was like a flash. He said, Hope4Cancer. Now, why did I know about Hope4Cancer?
That's where I come in, right?
Come in.
You see, I have to interrupt.
Come in, darling.
It's just because, well, there was cancer in my family, and my brother died of cancer. And so I had been looking for information about it because I didn't know what to do. He died when I was overseas, so I never said goodbye to him. And so I came across the truth about cancer, and of course in those series, Dr. Tony he speaks there, and so he was promoting Hope4Cancer, and I thought, oh, maybe they can do something about what my condition. I have conditions that not cancer, but I thought that maybe they have something similar to what I was suffering, and that I could maybe get some treatment. And so I found out what they were and what they were doing and stuff like that. But it wasn't for me, but I still had information in my head. And so that's when we heard that Bryan had cancer, we thought, oh, Hope4Cancer, and I felt like, oh, what do we do now? Because that was my brother who had cancer, but this is too close to me. And it was like stepping into the unknown. I didn't know how to react. I didn't feel scared either, like Bryan, but it's just not knowing was probably worse than knowing that he was ill with cancer, but not knowing what to do and what was the next step to take, it was worse for me. And also we were here in Mexico, not our country, even though we were comfortable in a home, quite nice, nice people. It was not our home. We may need to be settled, we need to be protected, we need to be nice and cozy, and I didn't know what to do. And so it was a funny feeling, But Bryan being so energetic, and he wasn't feeling ill, he was just a normal person to me. He's like, how come you have cancer?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with you, it's the same little self, all the time. Really, like, the morning he's sleeping. It's like, how can you be so energetic? Just the moment you wake up, come on, Well, he was the same Bryan. And so it was like, for me, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't imagine Bryan being ill. And that's the diagnosis that we had. It's like, he's ill. So that's...
Yeah, so that Hope4Cancer, when it was fresh in my mind somewhat. So I went to the website, hope4cancer.com, I suppose that's it. And I saw this green button, free consultation, pressed it, and I was soon talking to a lady for 50 minutes. And I was going, whoa, that's a lot of time, and wow, it was free. I was just going through my brain. And she said, I said to her, listen, I'm thinking of coming down. I read something about boosting your immune system. I'm wondering if I could, when I've had my melanoma cut off. Could I come down and get my system boosted, sort of thing? And she sort of said to me, she says, well, I would suggest to you that maybe you come down first. If you come down, we can indeed work on that, boost your system, so that when you have the surgery, you won't, need to, you'll be in good shape to quickly recover. So that said, I was like, a couple of days, I was down here in Cancun. Joe, yeah, we're off, we're going. And I'm gonna get this sorted out. So I came down here and had this 3 weeks, and surprise, surprise, Dr. Tony was here. And he came in the second week, which was perfect for me, because the first week I was going, what's going on? What's happening? I was analyzing everything, and I was just like, okay. And I was feeling really tired at the end of every day. I'd go home to tell her all about it up at the hotel and fall asleep telling her, talking. I'd fall asleep talking. I was so tired. So anyway, Dr. Tony, he took one look at the back of my leg, and he said, I wouldn't cut that off. He says, why don't we see if we can apply some treatments and some therapies and so on to see if this will actually heal another way. Because he said, if you cut melanoma, you're going to be chasing it all over the place. So I thought, okay, I went for it. And so at the end of the 3 weeks, I had a wonderful time here, really enjoyed. I was telling stories, Bible stories all over the place, because that's what I do. And I just had this real sense God was in this, and everything was falling together, all the different unique little details are coming. I see details, and God was bringing it together. And I must say that my story cannot exclude God. I mean, his whole direction in this whole thing was what brought me to the day where I am today. But not only that, he was guiding all the way along, and he's probably the reason why we didn't panic, fear, we're going to die. It's like I had the verse in my mind that I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. This kind of thing was coming to me all the time. So anyway, the end of the 3 weeks, they sent me home with a big packet of stuff, load of gear. And it wasn't until I put a big piece of paper out in front of me and started writing out what I should do before breakfast, during breakfast, after breakfast, mid-morning, all the way through the day. Then I knew, then I had some control. Then I began to remember things and get it together. Now it's all in here and so on. The first time back, that was 3 months later, we came back for our follow-up. And I'd had some activity that was of concern in my right lymph node, and I had been working on that because they told me to work on this with this machine. They gave me a sono thingamajigger, and so I had been working on it like crazy. So when I came back, yoo-hoo, it was gone, absolutely gone out of this side. They said great progress in the melanoma, looks like it's going down, it's good, it's great, but they said there's some activity on the left side. I went across, okay. So then I started working on the left side, and of course on what remained of the melanoma on the back, and with the machine and the lights and the infrared, that's it, lights on the leg and everything. A lot of things, trying to get different bits of equipment so that I could get the heat, and so we got this pizza blanket, not the pizza oven, that we could get inside, and that began to give me the heat things we needed. We found a friend who had an infrared sauna, which really allowed us to go up once, twice a week to go see them. So it was really good. Second time we came back, they said there was actually no activity at all here in the area of the melanoma. What was left was actually dead, and it was just, it would fall off. So that was it. But there was still a little blood activity here. I was waiting, come on, NED, no evidence of disease, cancer-free. I was going, please. They said, we can't tell you that until this blood activity is gone. So I went, okay, I'm gonna work on it. So I've been working on it then for the next 3 months, actually 4 months, and we came back this week. Again, is it gonna be NED, cancer-free? And again, just as it happened, we had the results today. It's not quite there. It's shrunk, it's gone way down, and I'm almost there. And I know that I'm going to be working on this next while. But I'm just seeing the process, as I say, of tremendous change. And one of the most things, I've got photographs. I don't know whether there's going to be any photographs with this or whether they'll be out there or whether they're too gross or whatever, but I've got this enormous thing on the back of my leg, that a picture of it, of when it was at its height during like about 3-4 months ago. And now, if you look at the back of my leg, there's no scab. The day we left to come to Mexico to this particular follow-up, the scab fell off that very morning, and it was raw flesh. And then in the next couple of days, the skin was completely covered over. There was no evidence of the thing. It's just basically a slight discoloration that's still there, but it's flat. I can run my finger across it. It's just like rubbing over your skin. There's no lump. And
we must say that Dr. Tony's advice has been invaluable. He's been right every single time.
Yeah.
And also the other doctors, of course, but we really appreciate his taking the time to explain things. And whenever we came here in one occasion, he was explaining everything in the TVs, and we learned so much about it, but every single thing that he says, you don't have to really take it in, but it's very valuable because he's right, So we're very thankful for him.
And not only that, but Dr. Carlo, then Evan Hughes. Evan Hughes was just great for me, because another classic thing that's part of the program of all the 7 principles of healing, of the healing journey that Dr. Tony talks about. It came through Dr. Leslie. She was identifying some things in there. And I went away to process that, because I received the information, and I'm a percolator, coffee percolator. I percolate, think on it, and then it comes out. And so I went away thinking about it, and then it was great. I just pick up the phone and talk to Evan Hughes. And I said, Evan, listen to me on this. And I'm a missionary, so I counsel other people on this stuff anyway. But I said, listen to me on it. And I think I need to do this now. Do you think? Let's do it together. And we processed stuff together, and it was wonderful. Dr. Carlo, I would phone him up, because there were times that I wasn't scared. I'm not going to die, not that. But there was times when I was going, Yeah, you'd have those sync moments. I don't know whether it's because I was having pizza, which I wasn't. I wasn't having pizza. I don't know what it was, but I just would have a dip, and I'd phone Dr. Carlo, and I'd say, this is going on, Dr. Carlo. I just feel like it's not, whatever. What's going on? And he says, Bryan, it's actually evidence of growth, or it's evidence of the cells are dying. Don't worry. It's what you're feeling tired because your immune system is fighting this thing, and it's good. He was just encouraging me the whole time. And he gave me little odd things to do, like put some molasses with some baking soda, mix it together and put it on that spot. And do that a couple of times a day. So I would do that and put the thing around, put a bandage around it, because otherwise I'd dirty my trousers and the sheets of the bed and I don't know what else. So I put this on and I would take it off, and within 2 weeks, actually just after 2 weeks, we began to see a radical change in that. Because I'd said to him, you said to me this thing was going to fall off. It's still here, so many months later. And he said, it's okay, just do this. And within weeks, the day we came here, as I said, that was the day it fell off. I'd been putting that molasses on, and I couldn't bring the molasses with me, liquid. So I left it. And ever since, it's just, the skin is nice and sharp. It's beautiful. Anyway, so I just want to underscore it. This whole thing, I don't know, when people have fear, this is what I love about Hope for Cancer. It's the call to the spiritual side. It's the call to look to God, look to what He's said in His Word, what He's said in His Bible, in His book. And that has kept us going the whole time. And it's even today, when I received the news at first, I'm going, no, I thought I was going to walk out of here without, and I wasn't, but I processed it, percolated, And then as I did, I just was, okay, Lord, what's going on? I give this to you. I give this to you. I'm not feeling great about this. Another 3 months and I got to come back again, you know? But yet he gave me then began to see, well, actually, we're going to be in Ireland for 3 months. And it would be probably good come back. If we're going to come back to Mexico, come back to Cancun first. Hey, have a bit of a break, a holiday, and then head up to work in Monterrey.
Yeah, everything is so beautiful on Hope4Cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, not only the location, the situation, but the doctors, the nurses, the staff, everybody's so lovely and welcoming, and they hug us, and you know, it's just.
I've just loved that.
Yeah.
The time that they'll take from that 50-minute phone call on the beginning to any questions. Yeah, have you any questions? Or if I phone up and talk and interrupt their days, they're trying to deal with other people too, they've got time for me. They'll answer my questions. They'll hug me. They'll encourage me. And it's right the way through the whole staff. And I speak Spanish, and so I hear what they're saying when they're around everybody else. I hear it, and it's all good. And I'm really impressed with the professionalism. I'm impressed with the love and the devotion of the group, the passion of the people about it. Constant from the moment you arrive in the morning with the hugs and so on, and when you get the gun at your head to see what your temperature is and all that. You know, you right through from devotions where we pray together and we declare something out. It's to people who have stage 4 cancer, for goodness sake, declaring hope and life and quality of life. Yeah, we're seeing it. Yeah, we're seeing it. And I love that about this place. And we love coming back here. Super. I don't know who might be watching this and what you would be feeling at the moment. I don't know whether you've stumbled on it on the webpage or where this is you're going to even see this, but I would encourage you, Hope4Cancer.com, press that button, free consultation. At least ask some questions. If you've been told there's no hope, if you've been told that this is aggressive and you're going to die in a short period of time, it's a serious message. It's a horrible thing to hear. Press the button, talk to someone, see whether there is a real alternative, another way of looking at it, because we found it here. And not just me, I am surrounded by people. I was in that 3 weeks surrounded by people who were in life-threatening situations, and yet they are alive today, well beyond what they had been told would be the case. So there is hope. There is hope for cancer.